it's your girl Airie. Before I get started, I just want to let you all know that I am still working on the lighting in my videos, and I'm also working on the clarity in my videos. So don't fret, cause I will be there with a new camera and lighting. So this video is about, well, it's basically a Q&A. I made a post on Instagram saying that if you have questions, to comment them below a post, because I would be making a YouTube video answering those questions. And so that is what this video is about. So let me get the post and look at these questions. So the first question is, how do you approach, well, psych, scratch that. The first question is, how do you know when it's time to break up with someone? Ooh, girl, let me tell you. If you feel dead in a relationship, it's time to break up. So when I say that's what I mean. You don't feel no type of connection. They don't hit you up after weeks. A week for that, I'd be like, no, it's the end. They're disrespectful to you. They don't listen to things that you have to say, and they don't receive it, so they don't apply it to their lives and things like that. When the love is no longer there, I think it's time to end it, because the worst thing to do is to continue a relationship where there's no feelings, because it could lead someone on as to think that you're still feeling a certain way about them, or it will cause a lot more problems. And if he doesn't acknowledge that you're his girlfriend, it's definitely the end. Do not continue that, because he's just trying to keep you dangling. He wants you to be the go-to girl, so when he's done with all his other crap, you'll be there. Girl, don't do it. I'm trying to help y'all. Don't do it. Y'all need to set the standard how you're supposed to be treated. Don't let no disrespectful man come into your life. Don't do it. It's just not worth it. Can I get an amen somewhere? Can I get an amen in the comments? Like, just don't. Trust me, you're gonna waste your time. Just don't. Okay, so someone said, how do you approach an interracial relationship if you want one? So I think, like, this is just for any relationship, not just interracial. Like, I would have to say, just talk to a person, like having a conversation, because you want to start it off right. You don't want to start off as, oh my gosh, look at my booby, look at these boobies. You don't want to start off that way, because then that lets a man know that that's what you're about, because you decided to come up to him to start off a conversation about your appearance. You don't want a relationship based off appearance. You want some foundation. You want something that's real. So I would say conversation. You want to know what's in his mind, not what is in his pants. I mean, some of y'all want to know that too, but I would say the mind is what's key to a relationship. And do not come off as tacky and don't take care of yourself, because nobody wants somebody that's musty. We don't want that. So I would say, be yourself as well. Don't try to be like somebody else, because you're just going to end up making yourself look like a fool. And we don't want that either. Be very articulate too. Don't just what was that? Because guys, just don't do it. Then what do you do if your parents call you racist for it and don't approve? So this is for interracial dating. I honestly, it's a mind thing. Sometimes it can change overnight, and sometimes, not overnight, but it can change gradually, and then sometimes it just won't change at all. So, I mean, personally, my parents are very supportive of me dating whoever I want to date. I know everyone does not like that, but stick it out. You know, it's gonna be hard. I mean, you get looks, you get comments, you get just negative energy, like you get all of that, and that's just something that, you know, you're gonna have to prepare yourself for. And parents, you know, it's just a bigger issue because there's someone who is close to you. I mean, some of them are close to certain people, because I know some people don't like their parents and some people don't have parents, but you know, it's just one of those things that you're just gonna have to pray about, or you're just gonna have to wait, well, or just do both, pretty much. They call you racist. I mean, you can't really be like disrespectful to them. You should just let them think what they want to think and just do you. I mean, that's what I do with just people in general who say negative things to me. I just let them do what they want to do, and I just do what I have to do. But you don't want to do it in a disrespectful way because it is your parents. And then the next question: how do you develop a more emotional, connected relationship? Go out, do things, experience things. Just do some fun things that would just be new to you and new to your significant other. Because, you know, I feel like that is the opportunity to get connected with someone, because it's their first time doing it. It's your first time doing it. Y'all can make new experiences. It's something that they won't forget. So I would say new experiences too. I'm all about the mind, really, to see how people really are. Like, I get to see, what we're working with, basically. I couldn't find the word, but I want to know if there's substance, you know, because I'm emotionally connected to substance. I mean, a lot of people are emotional when it comes to sex, which is something you should probably be careful about, because sex is a whole nother ball game. But to know the person, know if they're about substance. If they're not about substance, you don't want to mess with them, because they're just going to bring you down in the long run. You don't want a bum, okay? You guys are too pretty for these bums out here running around thinking that they're men when they're actually just little boys. So just don't settle for that. You know, personally think that I just don't want to settle for anything, basically. But some people, they make exceptions. But, you know, it just depends on the person. Just don't settle for BS. Just don't settle for that, because it's just going to waste your time. So, connecting emotionally, some people say with sex, some people, I want to know what he's about, I want to know what he wants to do in the future, I want to know what he wants to be, what's his credit score, I want to know about his family, I want to know about where he came from. I just want to know all of those things. I want to know if he has a relationship with the Lord. I just want to know all of those things. And that's how I get emotionally attached to someone, is if they're checking my list off. Anyways, next question. How do you approach your interracial partner if you have concerns about his or her fetish views on your race? Say, just watch what you say. When you talk to people, you have to know how to say things. So you don't have to come at the person very confrontational. You can just be very peaceful and, hey, I want to have a conversation or anything, but I just want to talk to you about so and so. I don't want to offend you, but I want to talk to you about so and so. Hey, I need to talk to you about so and so. Like, don't come confrontational. I also think that through text message, it's kind of hard to read if someone's confrontational or someone has attitude. So I would say, if you're going to talk about this person, if they're long distance, do it on the phone. If they're not, talk about it in person. All that matters, to be honest. You just don't have to be disrespectful the way you approach situations. And then the low-key racism you may feel from his or her family members. Honestly, communication is key. So before you blow up, you need to have a conversation with your significant other and tell them how you feel. You don't, like I said previously, You don't need to do it in a confrontational manner, but you do need to have a conversation so that they understand how you feel, and maybe they can put in ways or that they can, start to gradually change it or make improvements or things like that. Because if you don't talk to anybody, they're not going to know how you feel, and you're just going to sit there and keep getting irritated, and then one day you're just going to snap, and then your significant other is going to be looking at you like, what are you snapping about? Why do you have an attitude about this? You didn't talk to me about it before. So always communicate. Just communicate in a nice manner. Me personally, I would just talk to that person, hey, I kind of felt this from your auntie, or I kind of felt this from your cousin, or I kind of felt this from your mom. Is there something that we can do to, make the situation better? Just do something like that. Something simple, okay? And then next question is how to feel good about yourself when every guy tries to classify black girls into one group. Girl, don't even think about the groups. Girl, I don't even be thinking about groups. What I suggest you do is focus on yourself and how to better yourself. Like, that's just going to make everything better, because if you're too busy looking at everybody else and what they think, you're not going to be focused on yourself, and then yourself is going to suffer because of that. And that messes with your securities and just grows your insecurities. So I suggest you focus on yourself. Don't think about what people have to say, because somebody's always going to have to say something. Like, that's just life. Somebody's always going to have to say something. And you just can't trip off of everything, because you're going to wear yourself out. You're going to stress yourself out. And, if you constantly stressed out about what people say, girl, it might kill you in the long run. You don't want that. You don't want that. So, I cannot speak tonight. I suggest that you talk to yourself. Sometimes I talk to myself, so when I feel a certain way about something, I'll be like, Ariel, girl, don't even trip. Don't let that person do them. You do you. Focus on what you need to focus on. On top of that, your confidence. Tell yourself that you are a queen. There may be people in this world that are trying to bring you down by saying all this stuff. Just don't pay attention to that. You gotta talk to yourself so that you can hear yourself over all that other crap that people are saying about you. Also, I would say pray, because honestly, we were created by God, and if He created us, then we gotta be darn special, because He is just so powerful. So I say, just keep doing you. Don't worry about what everybody else is saying. Improve yourself. And then once you improve yourself, other people will look at you and be like, oh, she's improving herself. Let me talk to her. What is this feeling that she has about herself? Let me talk to her. Because a lot of times, all you see is depression or insecurities on the gram, just everywhere. So when people see a light or they see a difference, they're going to attract to that. Now you gotta watch who you attract to, though, because they're gonna try to take that from you, and you cannot let anybody take that from you, because they're not worth that. They're not that important. You are important. Don't let them take that from you. And if something happens, you don't always have to react. That's what I had to learn. You don't always have to react to that, because your time is valuable. You are valuable. Don't get that confused with anything else. Okay. So if we have any more questions, then I will make another post soon, or y'all can just DM. But that is it for now, and I hope this helped with your questions, and just subscribe, please, because more videos will come. Okay. Bye, y'all.